the Black Critic Guy, back with a new video for Romance Month. And this video is going to be a very special video because this is the first Why I Won't Watch session of the new year, and we're talking about a very juicy topic. Now, for those of you who are new to this segment, a Why I Won't Watch video is basically where I detail my reasons as to why I won't watch a certain movie, TV show, anime, or what have you. And since it's almost Valentine's Day, I thought I would take this opportunity to talk about a certain film that will be coming to theaters this Friday that has everybody talking, both in the good way and in the bad way. A lot of people are really looking forward to seeing it, and a lot of guys right now are really regretting having a girlfriend because they're going to be dragged to go see it. And what film could that be? Well, that film is 50 Shades of Grey. Now, believe it or not, and I'm pretty sure you're going to believe it anyway, but I've been getting a ton of requests from both people online and the people that I work with to watch and review this upcoming piece of flying dog shit. And I'm sorry to let each and every one of you down, but I refuse to see this film. There is nothing interesting in the least bit about 50 Shades of Lame to me. And it's not because of the subject matter and the fact that the guy is into BDSM, which honestly is the most interesting facet of the movie in my opinion, because you don't see that a lot in romance films, so it is very different in that sense. And it's not about the actors or the writers or the directors, it's the fact that nothing about this film I find appealing, and I don't like what the film was based off on. And now I'm gonna go into my reasons as to why I won't watch 50 Shades of Blame. Now, the first and biggest reason as to why I won't watch 50 Shades Okay is the fact that the book that this film is based off on started off as a fanfic based off of Twilight. I mean, that alone should be a big red flag to anybody, because we all know this. The Twilight films are the epitome of terrible filmmaking. From the directing to the writing to the acting to the visual effects, almost every facet of the Twilight saga was complete shit. I think the only saving grace I ever heard about the films is about Bella's dad, played by, I believe his name is Billy Burke. He's the only saving grace, and he's not really in those films for that long. And when your upcoming film is based off of a book that was based off of a fanfic that was based off of the Twilight series, you don't have much going for you. And even the Twilight Saga as a book series wasn't even that great to begin with. So when your book is based off of a very weak and poor source material, it begs to reason that the book itself would also be very weak and poor, and the movie adaptation of that weak and poor book would also result in a weak and poor film. The second reason as to why I won't watch 50 Shades Okay is because I've never seen any of the Twilight films in theaters. I've seen the first one and the second one on DVD, but I didn't even watch them fully. I've seen bits and pieces of them, but I have never seen a single Twilight film in theaters, and I will maintain this record. So that means any film that's based off of Twilight or has anything to do with Twilight, I also will not go see in the theater. 50 Shades of Lame falls under that category. Since the source material is based off of Twilight, the third reason as to why I won't watch 50 Days of Thunder is the two main characters. They look so bland, stoic, generic, and uninteresting. There's nothing appealing about the two leads in the movie. When I was watching the trailer, I was looking at these two characters and I was just like, man, you guys are just terribly dull. I mean, I'll give Mr. Grey a little credit for the whole BDSM thing, but I mean, before even that scene comes off, he's just like this really creepy dude, just like staring intently at the girl like, please, go on, keep talking, I want to hear what you guys say. I mean, let's just be realistic here. If he was a fat, balding CEO, this would be a whole different kind of movie. But because he's so handsome, it's okay. It's okay for you to be creepy, dude. Keep staring at me. I'm actually very turned on by this. Seriously, double standard much? And I also heard that the character Mr. Grey is kind of a dick to the main girl character, and I hate dicks. Well, that really sounded bad. And I heard that the character Mr. Grey is kind of an asshole to the main female lead, which really takes away from the likability and relatability of Mr. Grey. And I just don't resonate with people that are just complete jerks in films. And I know it's very obvious to mention this considering what this film is based off on, but I really got that whole Bella Edward vibe in their relationship. I mean, just the way that these two acted in front of each other and just that intense stare that Mr. Grey gives our main female lead in the trailer just kind of just screams, "Edward, I'm looking at you. I love you." It just gave me the shivers. And speaking of getting Twilight vibes, the main female lead in the film just looks like a Bella 2.0. She has this really blank expression to her, and she just seems kind of lost and like blah. There's nothing really interesting about this character when I first saw the trailer. She just felt like another Mary Sue character just like Bella before her. And the fourth and final reason as to why I won't watch 51st Greys is, as I mentioned earlier, this film just doesn't appeal to me. It doesn't speak to me. It does not pull my interest. And honestly, it shouldn't, because it's not marketed towards my demographic. It's not marketed towards people like me. This film was made for fans of Twilight and fans of 50 Shades of Gay. I mean, that's who the film was made for. So in that sense, I guess they're doing their marketing right. But for me, it just doesn't appeal to me. I don't want to see a movie about a very bland girl going to meet this really rich billionaire 20-something-year-old who's into BDSM, which again is the only interesting thing about this film. It just there's nothing there for me to have. It's not made for me, and that's the main case right there. It's not made for me. And those, ladies and gentlemen, were my reasons as to why I won't watch 50 Shades of Grey. And I want to make one thing perfectly clear. I'm not saying that this is a terrible film. Hell, I've never seen the film and probably never will. But I could be wrong about the film. Maybe the film might be really good. Maybe the characters might be interesting, the story compelling, the direction solid, the writing intriguing, the acting really good. I could be wrong about all of these things. But based off of past experience and the fact that this movie is based off of a book that was inspired by Twilight, it just doesn't have a good reputation or even a track record. It feels like it's following the same beats of the past films. So it's not looking that great, at least in my eyes. And I'm not saying that if you like the film that you're a terrible person or you have bad taste. You can watch whatever the fuck you want. So you don't have to always listen to me. I'm just a guy with an opinion. So I would like to know, is there anyone out there who's really excited to go see 50 Shades of Grey? Or do you agree with me and just don't feel like watching it, just doesn't appeal with you, and you're just gonna do something else on Valentine's Day? Be sure to comment below and let me know. And until the next video comes for Romance Month, guys, if you would like to be a part of the Black Critic crew and not miss out on a single awesome video on this channel, please hit that subscribe button below, like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm Tony Watley II, the 50 Shades of Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.